So if my screen is visible, am I audible? Can someone respond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So yesterday we discussed about different types of files. Okay, so presently we are discussing about course outcome 1. So where you will be at the end of this module, you will be able to demonstrate Unix file system. Yesterday I have shown like how files are organized, either files or directories are organized in the form of hierarchy. Okay, and also you'll be able to demonstrate the uses of basic commands in Unix environment. Okay, and also knowledge level you are going to gain it is K3, stands for apply. Okay, so if I give some particular question, so you have to use the knowledge of whatever you have gained from file system or the basic command, you should able to demonstrate that. Okay, so yesterday we have discussed how the directories are organized, files are organized. Okay, even I have demonstrated how it works. And also we have discussed the different types of files, three types of files. Okay, ordinary file or regular file, device file. What is another type of file? Directories. Okay, so the three different types of file system, and then we have discussed how it is organized with an example. Always the main directory is the root directory. Within that you are going to create all other subdirectories. Okay, so where we have discussed mainly the bin directory, device related files, it is stored in dev directory, then etc. Okay, at least these are all the standard. It does not require to explain everything. At least some of the standard directory you should be able to explain. Okay, so like you are including header files, no? So it should be somewhere that header file should be located. So where it is located, you should be knowing. Use a slash include. Okay, so this is how it is going to store all the files related to the, either it may be device or operating system, or it may be related to shell. So where exactly those files are stored. For every operation there is a corresponding file. Okay, so now we'll move on to further, and also we discuss about the parent child relationship. So how exactly parent child relationship it is specified in the directory structure or in the form of tree hierarchy structure. So today we'll just move on to the some more information about the file. Okay, so this is a commonly used command to know the different types of what are the files are existing and its attribute, that is using ls minus l long listing. So where it is going to give, if you just give ls, okay, $ls, it will just list the files. Okay, it is not only the files, it is going to list both files and directories. Okay, so this is most of the time I have already shown the output using ls. Okay, you can just see the name of the file and directory. So the blue color you can see, no, those are all directories, and the remaining white color font you can see, no, that those are all called files. And if it is any zip file, that is represented with a different color. Okay, so this is how the files are, it is going to list it. So if you, this is just a name of the files and directories. So if you want to know the details of the, okay, so what application, what type of file it is, okay, who is the owner, when it is created, all the complete details of the file, and what is the size of the file, everything in detail it has been given. So now in today's class we are going to discuss in detail. Can you see here somewhere, here it is D, here it is hyphen. Okay, what exactly it tells? And also it displays the total number of files when you give that command, ls command. Can you see here 5000 50 58,320, like so many files are available here, including all the device files, everything totally it is counted and it is displaying. But here you may not think that so many files are listed because the directories may contain the files inside. Okay, that is also taken as a count. So now what are these details? Can you see? So when you give ls minus l, it is giving the complete file attribute information. So starting with this first column, second column, okay, this is completely one information, and followed by this is the second column, third column. We'll just discuss each of these columns one by one, and we'll discuss about the permission, how to change the permission of the file, what is the meaning of permission of the file, all those things. Okay, so what are the different fields when you run this command ls minus l? So the first one is the first column. Okay, so what is the first column? You can see here, you can see the first column for a single character I am asking, not the complete one. So this first column, you can see there is a hyphen. Here it is represented with the D, and here it is represented with L. That means the first column can be represented with three values. Depending on the file type, it can have three values. So what are those three values? So normally for hyphen, okay, for hyphen it is indicating as an ordinary file. Okay, whatever the files you have created, if it is an ordinary file, the column value it is represented with hyphen. Okay, if it is a directory, okay, the first column it starts with D. In case it is a symbolic link file, okay, it starts with EL. So the same thing you can view here. Okay, there are some values start with D hyphen. Okay, so D indicates directory, that you can see. This is a directory, this is also directory. All the directory starts with D, indicating what type of file it is. Okay, the first column indicates type of file. Okay, it is in the first column, first character. First column, first character. This is actually column 1. Okay, and this is 2, and this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, like that. So in the first column, first character indicate the type of file. Then followed by whatever the other characters you have, that indicates the permission. Okay, you can see RWX, RWXR, okay, iPhone X. What are these? It indicates the file permission. So when I tell permission, you should understand that what type of permission you can give to the file. Okay, so the remaining nine characters form a string of permissions. So whom, what type of permission? So we'll just discuss. So permissions example, so that particular file can be just, if you have specified R, with R it indicates readable, you can read that file. Okay, then W indicates write permission, then X indicates the execution permission. Okay, so these are all, and this hyphen value indicates no permission it is given. Okay, and, most of the time, if those are all system files, normally it is not possible to edit writable though, so this permission will be not permitted. Okay, in such cases, so it requires to specify these permission information for the files properly. If it is not given right permission, then you will not be able to edit that particular file. Okay, so if X is not specified, it indicates that it is not executable. Okay, permission denied. If R, okay, if R is not specified, it indicates that you cannot read that file. Okay, so if you try to open, you will get permission denied. So we'll discuss that part in today's class in detail. And if nothing is specified, okay, R is not specified, W, then X. Okay, if you don't want to give any permission, normally it is represented with hyphen. Hyphen indicates no permission. Okay, no permission indicates no read, write and execute permission. Okay, so this can be given once again for different types of users. Okay, different types of users you can specify, because it is a 9 character, so 3 characters for you owner. Okay, 3 characters for owner, remaining once again 3 characters for group of users, then remaining 3 characters for others. Okay, so I'll explain that in detail within an example. Then followed by, after the first column, whatever you have in the second field, this is second field. Okay, it indicates the link. What type of link? Symbolic link. What is symbolic link? Shortly we'll discuss. Just remember time being. What is? Okay, how many types of links? Like there are different types of links are available. So for each of the file, how many links are available? You can just see from this output. So for this file, there is only one link. Okay, for this also there is only one link. And for this file, it is having two symbolic link. Okay, so why we need symbolic link, how it can be done, we'll discuss that part later. So second field indicates the number of links associated with the file. Okay, many times you can create only one file, but you can have multiple links for that file. You can refer from different file. So in that case, the number of links can be increased. Okay, that's why where in the second column you are getting number of links 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, depending on this concept, the number of links may be having more number of symbolic links for each of the file. Next, so ownership and group ownership. So every file has an owner. So who is the owner? Who is going to create the file? So that person is going to be the owner of the file. The third field shows Kumar as the owner of most of the files. Okay. So because why they have taken Kumar here, when they were running this particular program, okay, they have specified the username as Kumar, that is the home directory. Okay. So here the third field specifies, okay, this is the third field. So it specifies he is the person owner of this particular file, and you can just see for many of the file he is the owner of the specified file or directory. So third column indicates the owner of the file. Then user also belongs to the group, and fourth field shows the metal as a group owner for most of the files. Okay. So, yeah, owner means he is only the one person. Okay, one person will be having the rights on that particular file to change permission, to modify everything. And also to some extent, the permission is given for group of users. Okay, so group of users, that also specified in the fourth column. Okay, metal root, who is having, other than the owner, who is having permission to work with this particular file, that is specified here, group owner. Okay, so users also belongs to the group, and fourth field shows the matter as the group owner for most of the file. Okay, the owner can tamper with file in every possible way. Okay, so if you are the owner of the file, you can just do whatever you want with respect to the file. Okay, but the same permission is not given to the group users, or maybe other than the group users. Okay, and they will be having some privileges to do, not all the privileges. A privilege that is also available to the root user. Okay, so other than owner who can tamper that particular file, okay, or modify something with respect to the file, the root user. Okay, so like admin, he is having the authority to do anything with respect to that file, mainly the owner. Okay, so other than owner, the root user can do. Yeah, the root user is having privilege to perform any operation on that file without owner's permission. He can do some changes with respect to that positive user. Okay, it is possible for the root user, not for the group user or group ownership. Then followed by, he will be having fifth field indicates the size. Okay, what is the size of the file? Shows the size of the file, and that is represented in bytes. Okay, that is represented in bytes. So you can just observe. So there are some files, if there is no content, maybe I have created in the previous class some of the file. you can just see there is no, if there is no content, normally the size of that particular file is going to be 0. Otherwise, it is going to represent size of the file in terms of bytes. Okay, it is represented in terms of bytes. So this actually reflects the character count, not disk space consumption of the file. That means it is going to count the how many number of characters. Okay, if you know number of character and what is the amount of space it is going to take in the memory for each character, you will come to know what is the total space required to that file. Okay, so here the size of the file, it is measured in terms of character count. Then sixth field indicates the last modification time. Last modification. So when exactly that particular file is modified. Okay, you can just see this is modified on October 13th and the time also specified here. Okay, so wherever you can see the file with October, so these are the files I have created during the class hours. You can just observe. These are the files created by me. So the last modification the sixth field display the last modification time in 3 columns. A timestamp that is stored at the nearest second. Okay, so it is not only storing the date, even it is going to store the time information. Then after that, the last column indicate the last field displays the file name. Okay, what is the file name? So that file name can be having, yesterday I told the size of the file name, how long you can give is 255 characters long. Okay, that is the maximum. It cannot cross more than 255. So if that's the case, you will get the message like invalid file name. You can give up to 255 characters. Next we'll move on. See, is it clear everybody? So if you want, you can just immediately note down in your notebook. When you give ls minus l, the first column indicates the file, then this next remaining characters, okay, remaining 9 characters indicates the permissions for owner, group and others. Then you have link, next column, that is second column, indicates the link of the file, symbolic link count, then followed by the owner name, okay, then group owner, then size of the file, then modification date and time, and name of the file. Okay, quickly you can just note down the heading of these this particular output. In the exam, if they ask explain ls command, so you should able to write this. You should be knowing each of these column, each of these character, what it tells, and you should be able to give at least 2 to 3 lines of character output for asked whatever the command they are going to ask in the exam. Is it everyone clear? Anybody having any doubt? Murthy, Gaurav, any queries?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So next we'll move on to file permissions. Okay, what do you mean by file permission? So file permission to perform a particular operation like read, write and execute. Okay, so if you don't want to give any permission, that is normally represented with hyphen. So now how you can change the permission of the file either for owner, group and other users. Okay, so what is the command to be used? What is the structure of the file permission? So all that we are going to discuss now. So in Unix, so it follows 3 category. It follows the 3 category, that is owner, group and others. File protection system that determines the file access rights. Each category has 3 slots. Okay. Now, if you just go to the output of ls minus l, can you see there are totally 10 characters. The first character indicates type of file, then remaining after that remaining 3 characters for permission for the owner, okay, the owner of the file. Then next 3 characters, it is permission for group of users. Okay, not for all the users are specified, only for set of group of users you are giving these permissions. Then for others, other than owner and group of users, remaining all, it is considered as others. Okay, those people or those users will be having these permissions. Okay, so now, so everybody understood the permissions, possible permission. One, the value can be either hyphen, indicates no permission. No permission is given. That means no read, write, execute operation. Then R indicates a read operation. W indicates a write operation. Then E indicates the execute operation. Okay. So how you can represent for a file? So the first character to indicate type of file, then followed by three characters for owner, read, W hyphen, then R hyphen E, then R hyphen hyphen. Okay, what is the meaning of this? So the type of file is regular file or ordinary file having permission read, write. Okay, there is no execute permission. Then read and execute permission, no write permission is given. For others, okay, other than owner and group of users, they have only read permission. Okay, so this is how you're going to represent the permission for a given file. Okay, so this part. So now how you can understand. So here the first character indicates a type of file. Then next three characters, listen carefully. So next three characters indicates owner's permission. Then followed by next three characters represent permission for the group users. Then remaining three characters, it is a permission for the others. Others means the other than owner and group of users. Okay. So you can just unmask the permission using umask. Okay, this is the command umask. So default file and directory permission can be specified using umask. In Unix system, the following default permissions for all the files and directories. So by default, it will be having for regular files 666. Okay, what is the meaning of 6? It is represented in octal. Okay, either you can specify the permission in octal or you can use the that is read, write and execute. Okay, and this is normally for regular files, so it will be having the permission 666 in octal. And for directories, the value is it is 777. Okay, these are all default values or the permission given for files and directory. So you can change these values. You can change these values using umask. So umask 022. Okay. So here you can just observe I am not specifying any file name. It is applicable for all the files that is present in the directory. In which directory you are present, in that directory whatever the files it is available, it is changing the permission to 022. That means if it is regular file, umask means it is going to just subtract 66022. It is going to be changed to 644. Okay, for regular files. The same thing if you are applicable for directories, what you are going to get 7. This is for regular files. 7 minus 022. That means it is 755. Okay, 755. You can just change the permission of the directories to 755 using umask. Okay, whatever the permission you want to change, not necessarily 022, whatever the value you are going to specify here, that is going to subtract from the default permission 777 for directories. Okay, when you create a file on the system, it will have the permission RW. Okay, that is read, write. hyphen R hyphen hyphen, that is write and execute, not given for group users. Okay, even same thing it is for the other than owner and group users. Okay, this is for the file system. Similarly for directory. Okay, so these are just the examples. You can just remember how permissions are specified. Okay, you can just using umask, how you can change the default permission. You can just come to know that this is applicable for all the files. If you are present in a particular directory, a particular folder, in that case it is going to change this permission to all the files and directories. Okay, if it is umask 00 means it is going to keep the default value, system default, then apply 666 for files and 77 for directories. Why I am talking about 66 and 77? So values, it can, for octal representation, it range from 0 to 7. Okay, you cannot go behind this because in octal I am specifying the permissions for the files and directories. Okay, so once you come to know that the permissions of the file, so next you need to know how to change the permission. Consider if you have created a file. If you have created a file and if you want to change the permissions for that particular file or directory, using command called chmod. Okay, so you're going to use chmod for changing the file permission, and also you need to specify what is the mode, to which mode you want to change the permission, followed by file name. So this is the syntax you are going to use for changing the file permission, chmod. See, you need to remember the basic commands. So however you want, once if you are familiar with the basic commands, you can just modify however you want. So the mode can be represented in two ways. So one is a relative manner. So what is the meaning of relative manner is by specifying changes to the current permission. Okay, whatever the current permission it is there, for that you are going to apply the changes. Then absolute manner by specifying the final permissions. Okay, so we'll go with each one of these with an example. When changing permission in a relative manner, chmod only changes the permission specified in mode and leaves the other permission unchanged. Okay, to whichever the file you are going to specify, only for that and only that particular mode means permission, it is going to change. It is not going to touch upon other permission whatever you have specified. So we have 9 characters no for permission. So whichever you want to change, like if you want to specify for owner, you want to give read, write and execute, you can just specify only that, and it is going to modify only this read, write and execute permission for the owner. Okay, and remaining permission for the group users and others, it is not going to do any changes. So that is how you can do changes only with respect to the particular user using chmod. Okay. Okay. So next we'll move on to how to change using relative mode. So the mode is used in the syntax contains 3 components. One is the category. So this is the syntax. We'll have one example with respect to this. So the mode is used in the syntax contains mainly 3 components. The first component is, the first one is actually you need to specify the command chmod, then followed by you have category. Okay, you have category. So what is the meaning of category? So what type of user you are going to specify the permission? Is it for the user or group user or others? Okay, that you need to specify. If it is user, you are going to specify U. If it is a group user, you are going to represent G, and if it is just others, you are going to represent O. Okay. plus, okay, what permission you are going to set for this category of user, plus you need to specify what permission you are going to give. So if you want to give read write, execute, or if you want to give only read operation, just specify that. Followed by, you need to specify the to which file you are going to apply this change mode or permission changes. So the operation to be performed, assign or remove the permission. Okay, so here can you see the first one, this is the command. Next it indicates the category. Then you have operation. Operation can be plus or minus. Plus indicates it is going to give the permission. If you don't want to specify or if you don't want to give that permission, you need to use the hyphen or minus operation. Okay. So here you are going to get the minus. Then X. X indicates the you are giving the user, okay, that is the owner. Operation the what owner can perform is execute operation on this file. So we'll just have one example. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll try to create one file now. Okay, so using cat or concatenation command, I can create date 3, okay, dot sh. I am giving some file name. Now what is the output I want to specify here? You can just put semicolon and you can specify ls. Okay, you can specify ls minus l. Okay, so first what you can do is you can create 1 minute. First execute the date command. I'm creating date dot sh. Okay, so here you can just see permission denied. I am not able to access that file. That's why I've given some different file name. So this is also not having the permission. So let me just create one more file. Okay, so now I can type something here. Just type something. So once it is done, press Ctrl Z. It will save that file and it will come out of that. Next, you can just leave the content. Whatever I have typed, it should be there. File dot sh. Okay. My permission is denied. Okay, so now I am not able to open this file. So let me just change the permission. Okay, so I am the owner, but myself it is not possible to open the file. So chmod, I will just for user, I will give permission. So before going to this, let's first check what is the permission it is given for this file dot sh. Okay, Can you see? You can just observe for the owner. I am the owner. I don't have any permission given here. Okay, you can just modify the permission and accordingly you can just perform the thing. So using ch mode. Okay, so for the user I am going to give read permission to this file. What is the file name? File.sh. Okay, so if it is the syntax or the command specified, if it is correct, it will come back to the command prompt. So now you just do. Can you see? Before it there was no permission for the owner to open that file and read. Even if you try to open it, you got the error message that permission is denied. So now what I did, I have just changed the mode, permission mode for the user. I am just giving the read permission. You can just see the same thing here. It is changed to read. It is not going to touch any other permission. So using this syntax, you can modify only the permission, whatever you want to change, okay, without changing the other permission already it is there. Okay, now you can try to open the file for read operation. Read. Okay, what is the file name? File.sh. Okay, can you see? Now I am able to open the file. Now I am able to open the file. Similarly, for write operation and also for execute operation, it is not given. So you can just change the mode for write operation also. Already read is there. You can just change for user, give the write operation. Okay, can you see? Like this, you can just keep on changing the permission however you want. Okay, and also it is recording the complete information when it is modified. Okay, so what are the possible categories you can specify? So you can specify for only the owner, that is considered as user here. You need to specify you. Similarly, if you want to specify for group users, you need to specify the ch mode. So instead of here, you specify G and also give already write operation is there, permission is there. Go for read off. Now it's modified. Do ls. You can just see that read permission is given for the group users. Okay, so like that you can just modify the permissions of the file. Okay, what operation? If you want to remove the add the permission, use the plus operation. If you want to remove the permission, you have to use the minus. You can quickly just check that. What I'll do is whatever the permission I've given right here, I will just remove that. So I need to change minus w file name. Okay, can you see? Now that permission is removed. So the type of operation can be plus or minus, and this is for equal to for absolute permission. Okay, equal to for absolute permission. Then what permission you can specify? Read, write and execute permission. Okay, so here for category user group, if you want to change the permission for others other than owner and group users, so you need to specify O. If you want to modify for all, like all means user group and others, okay, you're going to use the a small case a. Okay, so this is using this notation or this type of permission syntax where we have used to modify only the required thing without touching the existing permission. Okay, so now we have another absolute method. So this is relative method of specifying the permissions. So next we'll move on to absolute permission assignment. So ch mode using absolute assignment. So equal to operator can perform limited form for the absolute assignment. So we'll just discuss how it can be changed using octal. It assigns only the specified permission and removes the other permission. Okay, if you are going to specify, you need to using this method, using octal representation, whatever the permission you are going to specify, only it retains that. Okay, it is going to modify the old permission it is specified. Okay, let me just give you one example. So read permission normally will use octal value 4. Okay, the octal value 2 indicates write permission. 1 indicates the, see, in binary. This is in binary and this is in octal. 1 0 0 0 1 0. Then for execute it is 0 0 1. Okay. Okay, you need to remember this. If it is in binary, no permission it is specified. It is 3 zeros. In octal it is 0, and permission given it is like hyphen. It indicates no permission it is given. Then 0 0 1, in octal 1 it indicates execute. 0 indicates no permission, 1 indicates execute, then 2 indicates write only, then 3 indicates, see, it is combination. Okay, so combination, the x, that is 1 and 2 indicates write. So you adding these two, you are getting 3. 2 plus 1 3. 3 means read and execute. Then this is read only, then read and execute, then read, readable and writable. Okay, and the last one, 1 1 or octal number 7 indicates read, write, execute. Okay, read, write, execute. Very simple. Okay, so this we have already executed. Okay, this is using relative method, how you can change the, you can specify the category for user, group and others. You are giving the execute permission like that. Okay, so now we'll move on to changing permission using ch mode, that is using octal. Ch mode. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just give 7 7, like 7 7 indicates read, write, execute. Okay, read, write, execute for all type of users. You can just remember this table. Okay, if I specify in octal 7, it indicates that I am giving permission to read, write, executable for all the users. If it is only 1 7, it is applicable for only one type of users. Now I have 3 categories. Okay, user, that is owner, group users and others. To which file I need to specify this file dot sh. You already know what is the permission for this file. So let's see how this octal representation is going to work. Okay, if it is prompted correctly to the prompt cursor, that indicates that the file permissions are changed. You just check the, can you see? Now, before this was the file permission, now it is changed to rwx. That means when I specify 7, where it is going to have the all permissions, read, write, okay, executable, and also I have specified 3 times. Okay, the first 7 for owner and the second digit indicates for the group users and the last third one indicates for the others. Okay, so that is how you are going to specify the permissions using absolute or the octal method. Even in binary also you can just do it. Let's try that also. Okay, can you see it is now changed to hyphen hyphen. What is this? That means no permission. And also try to display the content of this file, you should get an error now, because I have not given any permission with respect to this file, no, not even for the owner. Okay. So if you try to open that file, if you try to view the content, you are getting the permission denied. Okay, that means you are not allowed to, you are not permitted to open that file, because it is restricted the accessing that file even for the owner. Okay, if you want to change for owner, let me just give a read permission. Okay. One means actually executable. I need to specify it as 7. Okay, so you can just say I am giving a read write. 7 means read write executable for the owner. Okay, if it is read only, I need to specify the value 4. Means read permission only for the user, I mean the owner. Can you see? So this is how you can just keep on working with the changing the mode of the file, permissions for the file. You can just try this and just try to solve this exercise. So consider these are the current permission given for the file. If it is not, you have to change to this file permission, then try to apply these changes, change or give the permission. You have to write the command for this. If you want to change the permission from this to this, what is the command you are going to specify? Okay, I want the answer in the tomorrow's class and how you can get this. And here use both relative method and absolute method. Okay, so relative method, what we have used, specifying user. Okay, u o and a g. So specifying this way of representing the mode of permission is called relative method. Okay, and specifying using octal number, we call it as absolute method. So try in both the method. Same thing, it is applicable for the directory also. Okay, so same command you are going to use to check. Okay, to check the permission or to modify the permission for the directory. So if you apply these changes, permission to the directory, what happens, it is applicable to all the files. Okay, so applicable for all the files that is stored in the directory. Read permission for directory means that list of file names stored in the directory is accessible. Read means it can list the directory names. In case if read option permission, if it is not given, you will be unable to get that message, and you will be getting the permission denied error. Similarly, try with the directory write permission, how you can set, and similarly for execution. Same command, only thing is you are applying for the uh, directory instead of a file. Okay, so remaining thing I will explain in the next class. So any queries as of now?